Hey, and happy today. Welcome to Be Alive with Kate Manser. We are in the pursuit of aliveness, fulfillment, wholeness. To hell with happiness. Happiness is always down a few blocks, a few miles, the next few achievements. No. Aliveness is right now. As long as you are alive and you become aware of that fact, everything opens up. You are alive. We don't have to wait around for it. It is right here, right now, the richness of the present moment. In our pursuit of aliveness, which can be had at any moment, we are also in pursuit of wholeness, fulfillment, sucking the meat and the marrow out of life, being radically present. Now, what is the opposite of that? What is the opposite of wholeness and fulfillment, presence? One could say perhaps hollowness and emptiness, vapidity, if that is a word. Today's episode is all about why you will never see me wearing labels. This episode is a call and an invitation for you to explore the role that labels play in your life. If we are to live and die happy, we have an examination constantly underway in our lives. Am I living in the present moment? Am I feeling my aliveness? Am I being an expression of love? Am I boldly expressing my true self? And am I living for true fulfillment rather than empty fulfillment? Labels are one example of empty fulfillment. People, when they get to the end of their lives, they are like, damn, why did I spend my life chasing wealth, chasing status, chasing the adulation of other people? If we want to avoid having that sensation at the end of our life, we have to have our life examined now. Today we are examining the role that labels play in our life. So you will never see me wearing a handbag that has a big label on the front of it. You will never see me wearing a t-shirt or a scarf or a belt that has a big H on it or some label, some brand recognizing mark that is to signal to others that I am better, to prop up my self-worth, and to make other people feel less than. Those are what I believe are the three functions of labels in ours, the consumer's lives. So for the company, the label is to make money, to create this sense of self-worth by association so that people spend lots of money to buy this label and to buy into this self-worth. So for us consumers, the three reasons that we wear labels are to prop up our self-worth, to signal to others that we are worthy, valuable, and powerful, that we possess the power to purchase this label, that we're in this sort of clique, if you will, this certain echelon of society. Also, whether directly or indirectly, when we use labels, we are signaling to others that they are not enough. Okay, if you are driving a car that is a certain brand that is designed to signal to others that you have money, that you possess this luxury item, you have this brand perceived as high value, you're not only using that to prop yourself up, you are using that to indirectly or directly make other people feel less than because they don't have that. And you're like, Kate, I don't want to make anybody feel bad when I use my labels. Well, you do. I hate to break it to you, but if you are wearing that H belt, if you are wearing the Birkin bag, if you are driving a car that is, let's say, a G-Wagon or something of perceived very high value, you are indirectly making others feel a sense of lack. Some people might be doing that directly on purpose. They purposely buy these pieces because they want others to feel a sense of lack so that they can therefore feel better. That's not the case for everyone. Some people like labels for other reasons, primarily to prop up our self-worth, to give us a sense of perceived power. But no matter what, when we are wearing luxury labels in particular, it's making other people feel bad. I'm just going to throw that out there because it's true. Now, why do we feel like we want to wear labels? We feel like we want to have that perceived sense of worth, value, power that we get to buy into when we possess this label. The label is just a signal to ourselves and others. That's all it is. It's a sign. It's a placard. It's no different from, an exit sign in a movie theater. It's just a sign that signals something to people. So when you wear a label like that H belt, for example, you are signaling to others, I have enough money and power and status and taste to buy this particular item. You are also signaling, whether you like it or not, to others who don't have that particular money, power, status, or quote unquote taste, that they are in lack, that they are not good enough. Okay, you can't get away from that. A label is a sign for everyone who sees it, and it creates an impression for everyone who sees it, yourself and everyone who you flash that label to. Now, when we talk about aliveness and fulfillment in life, and I'm talking like dying, knowing that we lived this rich, and what a funny word to use in this episode. We lived this rich life, this truly rich life. Because the thing is that labels are hollow. It's like we're just flashing a sign to people to communicate something rather than doing the work to appreciate ourselves for who we are, such that our light, our inner self-worth, our inner gifts shine through, such that we don't need a specific brand or label to signal that to other people. And that's why you tend to see people who are more hollow, more empty, using these labels to signal to others that they are worthy. Because if they truly believed that they were worthy, if they truly believed that just as they are whole, they are worthy, they are rich of substance, that they have great taste, that they are kind, they wouldn't need to use these labels to signal that to the world. And this is why you will almost never see me wearing a label, is because I feel passionately, even when it's hard. Sometimes it would be nice to just show up to the gathering dripping in diamonds and the labels everywhere, and then people are like, oh, who's she? She has money. Instead, I have to rely on myself, which, with some social awkwardness and bad jokes, that it can sometimes be a challenge. But I know that if I go through my whole life using status symbols to signal my wealth, that when it comes time for me to die, I'm going to die hollow and empty. And I'm going to regret having wasted my life resting on those hollow, empty tools that mean nothing. Nothing. Rather than choosing to live a rich life that lifts others up and expresses my gifts and my creativity without resting on these labels as tools. Now, we do live in 2025. It is very difficult to get away from labels, even though I will say I will never purposely wear labels. You will see me in Nikes from time to time. Somehow in the last 75 years, it has become like impossible to buy a pair of nice, comfortable sneakers that don't have huge labels all over them. Although I guess I could remove the Nike. I wonder what's under the swoosh. If I were to remove the embroidery and take the swoosh off, I wonder what would be under there. Food for thought. So we can't completely get away from labels, but I ask you to be radically honest with yourself. When you look at your goods, when you look at your car, when you look at your bags, your belts, your clothes, when you look at these items, be radically honest with yourself. Ask yourself, why do I possess this item? There's a few arguments here. Maybe you're like, but Kate, I worked for that and I really wanted to buy myself that. And that is a signal to me that I was able to do that in my life. Great. But if it is an externally facing label, why do you need to signal to others that you're a hard worker, that you were able to buy this item? And number two, why? Because you've worked hard to buy this labeled item, do you feel the need to make others feel a sense of lack by possessing it and flashing that sign around? Another argument might be, but Kate, these items are high quality. They're made by hand with, the best leather and the finest stitching. I actually will argue that for the most part, the quality of luxury goods has plummeted in the past 50 to 100 years, such that most of them are made in the same factories with almost the same materials as the stuff that doesn't have labels or is not as expensive. I'm not talking about goods that are well made that don't possess externally facing label or sign to communicate its price, right? Like, let's say you buy a very nice sweater or this beautiful handmade briefcase that doesn't have an enormous LV on it or all of those little LVs. If there's one thing that will make my skin crawl in this life, it is bags that have the logo on it 1,000 times. Like, it wasn't enough to put one logo on it. You have to put the logo on there 1,000 times. Is that that's how much you need your self-worth propped up? Okay, ran over. But let's say you have a really nice briefcase that was handmade and it was very expensive. We can separate out brand name goods, brand facing goods versus quality goods, because they're not the same thing. You can have a quality good that doesn't have a huge brand name on it. Maybe the label's on the inside, just so that you know who made it. Versus we have an item that could be expensive, could be handmade, could be a quality item, but has the huge brand name on the front, again, primarily to be used as a tool to prop up one's own self-worth and to make others feel a sense of lack. So I'm not talking necessarily about a very nice pen that is handmade that doesn't have a huge label on it, or a nice briefcase, or even a quality pair of, I'm wearing these boots right here that are handmade in Mexico. I actually got them at a garage sale for $5. They're the best boots. I can't even rebuy them because there's no label on them. I have no idea where they're made. They are high quality boots. I wear them every single day and they are just incredible. They're comfortable. They hold up. They're beautiful. They don't have a brand name on them. So they are a high quality good that I know is high quality because I use it and I witness the quality in real time, but they don't have like the Luches logo on them, signaling that these are $1,000 pair of boots. So if you are like, Kate, but I have this amazing fountain pen that cost $500, you want me to stop using that? No, I'm not asking you to do anything, in fact, other than look at the form and function that labels are playing in your life. Look in your closet and ask yourself, why do I have this Hermes belt? Why do I need to wear a belt with an H on it? And the weight that H carries. You know when you wear that belt that people see it and they know that it's an Hermes belt. Why? Why do you feel like you have to wear that? Is it because Hermes is considered a brand for rich people and you would like to be perceived as a rich person? Is it because you like the craftsmanship of Hermes? Then if so, why do you need to wear the H? Why does that belt cost that amount? When you wear that belt, what does it signal to other people who have the Hermes belt and other people who want an Hermes belt who can't afford it at this time? All I'm asking is for you to question. A truly alive life is one that is examined. It's questioned. Why am I doing this? Is this hollow or is this fruitful? Is this empty or is this truly fulfilled? I have looked at it in my life and I continue to look at it. I have found that in my life, labels have no place. Labels have no place because, like I said, they either do one of two things. They either prop up my self-worth in a hollow manner, or they make other people feel bad, less than, not enough, make them feel a sense of lack and yearning. And that's not what I'm here on earth to do. I'm not here on earth to make other people feel less than. I'm here to be like, hey, we're both human. We're both in this ride together. Like, how can we connect? I have no need to prop up my self-worth and my sense of status and power with these hollow signals that when I die, I'm not going to give a shit about. And that's the thing, is when you look at the top regrets of the dying, it's like, I wish I'd lived a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. Labels are something that others expect. They signal something to others. Max Lucado has this amazing quote that I've always loved, and it says, when you are at the end of your life, what will truly matter? Will you hug that college degree in its walnut frame? Will you ask to be carried out to the garage so you can sit in your car? Will you lovingly be rereading your financial statements? Of course not. What will matter most at the end of life is people. And if people and relationships are what will matter most then, why don't they matter most now? I have this cardinal rule in my life: be love. Be love. I write it on my bathroom mirror, either be love or how can I be more loving? This alive life is this questioning. It's getting through these layers of bullshit, because we all do it. I do it. I am not trying to signal that I am this awakened being. I've just taken the time to think about it, and I'm inviting you to do it, or maybe do it again. Maybe you've already done this. I like to say that living an alive life is about creation and destruction, right? Like, we want to create love. We want to create experience, adventure. We want to create this fruitfulness. We want to create this sense of aliveness, but we also have to destroy. We have to destroy our masks, our denial, our self-doubt, the lies that we tell ourselves and others, the hollow, empty activities that we engage in, like wearing labels. I'm not here to make other people feel bad or lack. I'm here to be love. And being loving is meeting people and sitting with them knee to knee and saying, I am you and you are me. What can we teach each other? This is what living alive is. Not setting myself on a higher pedestal because I have a certain amount of money or status or ability to purchase certain things, or even a certain amount of quote unquote taste, right? What is taste to you? Is taste these luxury items? And if so, why? What is taste really? Fashion, taste, self-expression, art. If it's based on wealth signaling to others, it's hollow. And you are going to regret this. It is chipping away at your opportunity to truly get at the meat of life. And to truly get at the meat of your life, your aliveness, your existence, is to build your intrinsic self-worth. And it's very difficult to build your intrinsic self-worth when you are resting so much and leveraging these external tools. So what is intrinsic self-worth versus extrinsic self-worth? Extrinsic self-worth is getting your self-worth from money, awards, achievement. I'm the achievement obsessed person. This is what I've been working on for many years. Money, awards, achievement, status, who you know, right? Being a part of a particular social group, whether that be a political group, whether that be a particular club, a country club, a group of friends that have a certain amount of money or power or status. I'm not saying don't make friends with people that have money or power. I'm just saying be clear on why you are friends with that person. And if it is because of their money or power and you are gaining a sense of worth from that, that's hollow. That's extrinsic self-worth. Now, what about intrinsic self-worth? I've been working on this. It's hard, but gosh, is it beautiful. Intrinsic self-worth is believing that you are worthy of everything you desire simply because you were born, simply because you are who you are. It is saying, I am worthy because I was born. Intrinsic self-worth is saying, I could never win another award. I could never do another achievement. Just have this simple life with this simple amount of money, and I will be completely fulfilled because I get to experience my life. This is the visualization that I had to do. A few years ago, I really started working on my self-worth because I was getting a lot of my self-worth based on my achievements. And so I had to just say, like, I need to stop this and I need to reorient my self-worth intrinsically. So what I did every day for a year is this visualization where I never published another book. I never spoke on another stage. I just lived in this little tiny house. I lived a very simple life, not a lot of money. And when my next door neighbor was sick, I brought her soup. I did this visualization over and over. No more stages, no more books, no Oprah show. All I did was live this simple life and bring my neighbor soup when she was sick. Once I could finally feel worthy in that iteration of my life, and it took like a year of doing that visualization, then I knew that I had begun to break through my achievement obsession and getting my self-worth from what I do versus who I am. If you are starting to, as you're listening to this, realize like, oh my God, I am using my car and my belt and my achievement and my status at this particular company and my friendship with so-and-so, those are the things that make me feel like a valuable person. And those are external, those are extrinsic, those are hollow. What do I do? I have a friend, her name is Rose. She told me once that she had gone through this really deep depression where she had tried a bunch of things in her life and none of them had worked. And she just reached this low point where she was just like, nothing is working for me. I'm not good at anything. So one day she sat out in her backyard all afternoon, just sitting and thinking and rolling this around in her mind. Like, do I even want to be here? What's the point of me even living? I'm not good at anything. I'm not going to achieve anything. She sat and she was rolling this around in her mind over and over throughout the whole afternoon. And then it turned into evening, and then it turned into night. And as the stars came out that evening, and if you've ever seen just a beautiful canopy of stars over your head, she looked up at those stars and she was like, it finally hit her. I'm here. I'm meant to be here because I'm here. I'm meant to be here because I was born. And that makes me enough. And that makes my life worth living. And that makes me a worthwhile human with gifts and talents, no matter what they are. She decided to live after that. I'll never forget that story because, you know, you look up at the stars and you're like, why am I here? Why? What am I supposed to do? What are my gifts? Does anybody even care? It's like, you were born. You are here. You are alive. You are breathing right now. That alone makes you part of the team. That alone gives you worth. Everything you do is frosting on the cake after that. And if you are truly living in the pursuit of aliveness, if you are feeling alive, if you are living for true fulfillment, if you are creating your most vibrant life and destroying the lies and the denial and the self-doubt and the extrinsic hollow self-worth, God, you're living. That is a gift. And let me tell you that when you do that and you live that way, you inspire everyone around you. You don't need any fucking labels. Just live in pursuit of joy. Be a kind human. Laugh, have fun, mess up, question everything, and you will be a star. Think of someone in your life right now who is that star, someone who has fun, who enjoys life, pursues their bliss, who's fun and nice to everyone they meet. They're a fucking star. They are a star. We don't need any stupid labels to make other people feel bad. We don't need labels to prop up our self-worth. What we need is to ignite the light of self-worth and joy and aliveness within us on any given day. Light that. Buy that. You can't buy it, really. Although maybe you could through experience. But that is what we need to be investing into, not these luxury goods that are totally hollow. Luxury goods are like a beaver. Stick with me here. But like chewing the wood from the inside until you have this hollow tree. And it's like, it's built on sticks. It's a house of cards. That's not substance. These labels are not substance. This episode has been a call to really look through your closet, look through your life, look through the groups that you belong to, the friends that you have, the clothing, the material goods, and ask yourself, am I getting my self-worth from hollow sources that falsely prop up my self-worth, make other people feel a sense of lack or to signal a certain something to someone else? You don't need it. You're so special. In fact, those labels are actually pushing others away. We want to attract good people to us, not repel, not make others feel less than. Really be honest about the function that labels play in your life. Is it hollow or is it true? Is it empty or is it fulfilled? Live alive. You are a gift. You don't need that shit, okay? I'm saying this with so much love and so much appreciation for you. So let's take a breath. Put your arms out. Feel that aliveness coursing through your veins. Remember that you have that funny little way that your eye crinkles up, the way your hair sticks up in the morning, your unique laugh, your unique gifts, your incredible idiosyncrasies, and you are absolutely a treasure. You are absolutely a treasure. Build your self-worth from the inside out. Do the visualization that I said. Imagine yourself with no more achievements, no labels, no money, living in this tiny house. You just help people and you're kind, and let your self-worth come from that. Remember that you are born, and so you are worthy to be here. You're worthy for all the riches and treasures in this world. I'm sending you out with so much love. It's a gorgeous day. Be alive. Thank you for listening to this episode of Be Alive with Kate Manser with me. Truly, I take it as no small honor. You have so much out there you could be listening to. So the fact that you took this time with me and my show, honestly, means absolutely the world to me. I hope that you got some meaning, some purpose, a little dash of aliveness, and definitely some inspiration out of what you heard today. That is always my goal. If you liked what you heard, please share this episode with a friend, with a confidant, with a mentor. Please, more, darling. Always more. Excess. Everything. We want it all in this life. So share it and go on your app of choice and leave some stars, leave a review. It helps me buy food for pajamas, and it helps more people find this show so that we can all live just profoundly alive together. It's a beautiful day, y'all. Thank you for being here.